really bothered us that first 10 minutes. But I really liked the way the guys responded. Okay, they got punched in the mouth a little bit. Down 24. There's a lot of different ways that game can go from that point. And I just like the way they kind of pulled together, dug in and fought harder, and didn't try to do it on their own. And collectively, defensively, I thought as the game went on, the second half, I think we had 8 kills alone in the second half. So, I liked it. For us, there's a lot of learning opportunities there in a lot of different areas. So there were some good things for us as coaches to pull from it as we go forward. But, a great game, competitive game. I love that this is just a game in the middle of the summer, and I love the fact that both teams were competing at the level they were competing and wanted to win, and that's a quality. And as a new team with a bunch of new guys on it, you have to learn how to win together and overcome some adversity at times, and this was a great opportunity for us to do that.
You use the word together. I mean, just what does a team get out of not just a comeback, but having to solve those problems as a unit? As you say, it's not any one guy. Guys aren't going individually. They're having to do it together.
Yeah, I think they learned a lot from having the kayak into the wind the other night. That they were able to pull from that. But no, it says a lot. I think when you got a group of guys, and we're way early in the preseason with things, but for them to pull together in a diverse situation like this, I don't know how they're going to respond. And this was our first opportunity to see, and I like the way they pulled together. I thought at halftime they really adjusted to some of the things that they were doing to us defensively, and were able to take it and change the mindset of how we wanted to attack them. And then defensively, I thought they did a good job too of being more disciplined in what we were doing on that end of the floor.
Darian, obviously at halftime, I don't know what was said, but the defensive intensity was ratcheted up. Right out of the gate, they come out and they make the mark, and they don't stop. What was said in there to get that reaction?
And we were encouraging them to get stops. Again, I liked the fact that they took a message that we delivered at halftime, and they were able to carry it onto the floor in a way that was productive. So there's a lot of good things there. There's a few opportunities where we got so engaged. We got to make sure that in those times we can control some of our energy so it doesn't come in a negative way. But I did like the spirit in the fight that the whole group showed.
What did you take away from the fact that you guys get down big, but just kept running your stuff offensively? It didn't seem like they kind of freaked out and got way off script.
Yeah, I thought the guys did a nice job of, normally in playing against ourselves for 2 months, these are the things we get. So the first time somebody takes that away, it can throw you off a little bit. And as the season goes on and we get 2 more months of practice, we'll be able to practice for those type of things. We just haven't been able to go over every scenario yet to that point. But I thought the guys did a good job in the second half of continuing to play how we play. But you know what? The pressure they're denying, we got to get in the paint and drive it more. And I thought they did a good job of getting to the rim, getting fouled, and then that freed up our 3-point opportunities because now they were having to collapse a little bit.
Is that second half? You talked about the other night, you don't mind when Lamar doesn't shoot well because he will the next time. Is that second half what he can be offensively?
Yeah, Lamar can shoot as many times as he wants. I have ultimate faith in Lamar making shots. I think you saw a glimpse of why we do in that second half. Like, he can just change a game in 2-3 possessions. He can go 0 for 4 to 4 for 8, 6 for 10 in a hurry. And we have a lot of faith in our shooters. We want them to play with confidence, and I think for the most part they all take shots that are within what they're capable of making, and we play to that strength.
It got to 44-21 at some point in the second quarter. Is there a moment that you saw flip the script and you thought maybe we should make a comeback here?
I was more worried just like how we were down 44-21. I just thought we were getting out toughed a little bit in some things at both ends of the floor. So unless we change that mindset defensively and offensively, it wasn't going to happen. But there were some moments there. It's that second quarter, or right before the end of the first quarter, started the second quarter. I think there's a minute left, and we wanted to cut into that thing. There's a lot of ways. That's why it's a great opportunity for us playing quarters. Hey, there's a minute to go in the first quarter, a minute to go in the second quarter. Are you going to extend the lead or cut into the lead? Are you going to build one? Are you going to give it up? Because a lot of things can happen that you can work a whole half and give a lot of it up right before halftime. So I love the fact that we really fought hard to climb back into the game. So we went up in the locker room at halftime with a much more manageable situation than being down 24.
When you're in a spot like that, how much do you try to coach versus, having a player lead in that type of spot?
I think it all kind of works together. As we're going through it, some of it has to come from me, but it's also good for me to hear from them how they're responding to it and how they're reacting to each other as well. And that's just part of being a new coaching staff, new team as we're going through it. So again, there was a lot of positives to take from it, a lot of great opportunities to learn too.
It's the second game in a row Alex has to play some pretty meaningful minutes tonight because of foul trouble. I know you haven't been with him a lot, but what do you see, especially in a game like that, where you do suddenly maybe have to put a little bit more on his shoulders than what you think he was prepared for?
Yeah, it's hard because Alex has only been here a little while, so there's, to his defense, he doesn't know a whole lot of the things. So it's like, I would call something that's like, oh, we haven't even told him what that is yet, So, but that's all fine. I mean, that's part of the game. But he's done a really good job of adjusting and getting thrown right in there, playing multiple positions. So, in a situation that's pretty difficult to do, I think he's done a nice job.
Thanks, Coach. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.